How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And I hope everybody's doing well, and I appreciate everybody that supports the channel. There's been quite a few views on my past couple of videos, and also there's almost 250 new subscribers to the channel. And welcome aboard. I appreciate everybody's support. Donald Trump isn't even president yet. He doesn't become president until January 20th. But just Donald Trump being president-elect, it seems like things are calming down around the world. You don't hear anything about large caravans of migrants trying to get across the border. And even though there's some wars still going on, you don't hear that much about them. And heck, you don't hear much about drones anymore. It seems like after Trump said in the news conference that our government knows where they're coming from and who the people are, you just don't hear much at all. And as we all know, Donald Trump survived 2 assassination attempts. But there's still people out to get him. And just recently, a federal grand jury indicted an Arizona man on multiple charges, including threatening to kill President-elect Donald Trump and harm his family, as well as weapons charges. The guy that was indicted, his name is Manuel Tamayo-Torres, and he was indicted on 4 counts of making a false statement while purchasing a firearm, and 1 count of threats against the president and successors to the presidency, and 1 count of interstate threatening communications, and 1 count of possession of a firearm by person subject to an order of protection, according to the complaint against Torres. In California in 2003, he was convicted of assault with great bodily injury, which is a felony. And in July of 2023, a court in Arizona issued an order of protection against him, which was in effect for 2 years. And this was to stop him from harassing, stalking, and threatening his ex-wife. And the conviction he had in 2003, and the order of protection that was issued against him, also prohibits him to possess firearms. But despite that, in November of 2023, Torres on 2 different occasions tried to purchase firearms and falsely stated that he had not been convicted of a felony and also was not subject to an order of protection. The complaint also states that in November of 2024, Tamayo-Torres posted on a social media platform threatening to harm President-elect Donald Trump. He also said he was going to kill the president-elect and also commit violence against his family. And in one of his posts, he displayed a gun in context of making those threatening statements. And later on, when Torres was arrested, that firearm was found inside his home as well as others. And here's what Torres could face if convicted of all crimes: making false statements during the purchase of firearms, threats against the president and successors of the presidency, or interstate threatening communications, carries a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000 or both. But if he's convicted of possessing a firearm by a prohibited person, that carries a maximum penalty of 15 years in prison and up to a $250,000 fine or both. So in total, Torres faces 20 years in prison and up to $500,000 in fines or both. Torres was arrested late November in San Diego, California, and he remains there now until he faces a detention hearing in Arizona. They really do need to throw the book at this guy. And don't you think it's crazy that a felon can lie on a 4473 form to try to purchase a firearm, threaten to kill the president-elect, and harm his family, and that only carries a maximum of 5 years? Does that make any sense? And I mentioned earlier, Torres is from Tucson, Arizona, which is part of, guess what, Maricopa County. But let's hope that he doesn't get a judge that was appointed by Biden or Obama, because if so, he's definitely not going to get the maximum. Let me know in the comments section how much time you think this guy should get. And as I mentioned at the starting of the video, I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. You guys continue to crush it by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and hitting those post notifications, as well as leaving a ton of comments, and I really do appreciate it. And also, like I mentioned earlier, I appreciate the almost 250 new subscribers to the channel. Welcome aboard. And as always, I invite each and every one of you to come back and watch my next video.